So here we are. This is on the second level of the new City Hall. They just finished redoing the whole area, and they made a beautiful little park here. And because it's so new, there's virtually nobody coming up here. They don't even know that it exists, and it's really lovely.
Of course, that was interrupted by a helicopter earlier on.
Yeah.
But you get that here in Toronto.
Normally it's quite peaceful up here, but right now we just had the helicopter go by, which is not the norm. Look at that view.
We're not far from the Island Airport, really, so I suppose that's where the helicopter's going.
So, Pete, how are you today?
Well, so once again on a Saturday morning, I met up with Ron and Anna, and this morning we've been joined by Ely. Ron has just been doing an interview for his series of documentary films regarding homelessness and people that have had, shall we say, drastic life changes, and how they've managed to overcome them in one way or another and move forward. Today we're by the new City Hall. Up on the top deck. It's a sort of a little oasis in the centre of the city, really. Right by Ryerson University, one of the Marriott hotels. The old City Hall is just over the way here.
And of course the Eaton Centre.
Of course the Eaton Centre, you know, which is, I believe, open even on bank holidays and the like here. Very popular venue for a lot of people. Lots of different shops there, you know, the Canadian Tire, the Bay, you know, the Sears store, you know, all the major companies have got various outlets there, all the coffee outlets, Starbucks, Tim Hortons, Second Cup, food courts, you name it. You could actually spend a whole day there and not necessarily see 100%.
Now, on that note, you have, it seems to be a very popular place for the young people in town to come and just hang out together.
That's right. It's just like anywhere else. Yeah, I've noticed it even back in Northampton, you know, the yobs hang around the Grosvenor Centre and places like that, and this is really no different in a sense. So you've got groups of young blokes hanging around gobbling at the women, you know,
and women,
you know,
hanging around to be gobbled up.
Of course, yeah, that's it, you know. And of course, you know, sometimes when you're going out round the back, you get the whiff of marijuana. You know, obviously people coming along panhandling. You know, so it's a sort of pretty rich tapestry of life in downtown Toronto. You know, so I don't really go in there that much myself. I don't really like shopping centres per se because it's too artificial. I much prefer to go to something like a market, or indeed Queen Street, which is a very long street, runs east to west in Toronto. Parts of it are very arty. It's actually got a lot of boutiques, galleries. You know, you name it, it's got everything there basically. Plus the streetcar runs all the way along to, I believe it's Etobicoke, you know, so you can just sit there and watch the world go by. Well, as I say, today I just used my Hasselblad to take a few shots, and I've also got this other camera with me, which I've had for many years. I actually got it from the US, and it's actually quite old then. It was made in the 1970s by Olympus Corporation in Japan. It's called the Olympus Trip 35. Actually, in the black livery, they're pretty rare. They're normally a chrome with a leatherette covering around this area. They're actually got what they call zone focusing. You know, you can plus it's got a selenium cell which powers the exposure meter. Also, you've got f-stops as well, so you can actually put it to the manual setting, and you've got a hot shoe for flash, plus a sink here for the shutter, although it will run straight off the shoe. Actually, this was made very famous in television adverts in the 1970s by the exceptionally fine English photographer David Bailey. And some of the adverts showing the quirky David Bailey being questioned by an alleged professional photographer, and when they turned around and said, "Who do you think you are, David Bailey?" Of course, he is David Bailey. But this, I hadn't used it for some time. They take really great shots, to say zone focus, and the lens is a Zuiko 2-8. It does take filters as well. You know, it's got a little screw attachment there. As I say, this black livery is quite rare, and you know, as I say, I got this in the US a few years ago. So on that note, I'll wrap up for now, and I hope to be bringing you some more little bulletins from various places in Toronto. Maybe next week go up on Queen Street or somewhere like that, and you know, just see how things go. Over and out.
Terrific.